The final race of the 2016 North American Auto Club GripAll Challenge Series is finally upon us, the TriHard 500. Good afternoon, I am Eric Burns and we will take a look together at this fantastic week of racing from pole qualifying to the battle for the win. This TriHard 500 is very special because for the first time in history, the winner will earn a guaranteed spot into Auto Racing Super Bowl, the PCC Cup Series marquee event, the Cleveland Grand Prix. But to win the TriHard 500, first you must qualify. The Launch Energy Front Row qualifiers pitted all 84 cars that entered this race together into time trial sessions, which determined the two fastest cars, which would be exempt from taking part in the 4 qualifying races in the last chance qualifier dash that took place on Wednesday, defining the starting field for this race. We will now take a look at these 5 qualifying races before Friday's main event. Leading the field to the green in this first of 4 qualifying races is Bruce Campbell in the number 89. Emily Potvin already has a fantastic start. Deshawn Turner also started in second, but Potvin already made the move and there she goes. And you see coming in turn number 1, Charlie Faulkner, Clay Gibson, Megan McDonald, and Addison Brannigan get all together. This could have ended much worse than it actually did. Everybody gets a little squiggly, but sort themselves out as Bruce Campbell fighting for the lead. But Deshawn Turner is going to prevail, take the lead at the end of the first lap, coming out of the tri-oval into the start-finish line. He leads the first lap of this 18-lap qualifying race. Campbell leads the way at lap number 3. In the back of the field, lap number 4, Andrew Atwood, Corbin Dempsey coming into turn number 4. There's contact! There goes Addison Brannigan, Deshawn Turner. They all get together. Charlie Faulkner, Kurt Jones, and David Lamar involved as well. Big contact early into the running at lap number 4. This is the first caution and the only caution of this qualifying race, as leading the field to the green on lap number 9 is Bruce Campbell, Clay Gibson, and Emily Pot and Megan McDonald restart right behind him, and Megan McDonald already hounding him with the help of Scott Overton and Ben Atkins. Thomas Tucker appearing up there as well. Clay Gibson making him over the outside. Will he prevail into the lead as we reach lap number 12? Clay Gibson takes the lead and Bruce Campbell starts falling behind. Tom Delgado takes second. Megan McDonald takes third. Ben Atkins takes fourth. And in fifth place is Katie Cameron and the Super B. And here comes Ben Atkins for the third position, following Tom Delgado and Clay Gibson, making him over to the inside. Here comes Katie Cameron in the back of the field as you see the battle for the transfer spot currently held by the 007. Tom Delgado hanging on into the lead, coming to the 2 laps to go warning. Clay Gibson approaching and passing Delgado for the lead, coming to the final lap. Bruce Campbell falling behind. It's a 3 wide and this is going to be for the transfer spot. This is the battle for 9th place. Megan McDonald goes through Matt Stern in the battle. Here comes Clay Gibson rounding out the tri-oval to take the win. Thomas Tucker is going to try a desperate move but can't get it through. Clay Gibson wins the first qualifying race and Emily Potvin barely edges Bruce Campbell at the line at the first qualifying race. Katie Cameron, Scott Overton, Tom Delgado, Ben Atkins, Matt Stern, Megan McDonald, and Emily Potvin make it into the race outright. Bruce Campbell, Alex Constantin, Andrew Atwood, David Lamar, Kristen Young, and Jennifer Irving will have to go through the last chance qualifier. Turner, Brannigan, Faulkner, Jones, and Dempsey were all involved in the lap 4 wreck, and Elena Rademacher was just slow. Leading the field to the green into the second qualifying race is the number 6 from the Dodge Motorsports team. Clint Jefferson starts on the outside, but look at the dash. The number 199 Julia Ashcroft got. She's on a mission because she failed to get in by time, so she's just a possessed woman going for the qualifying spot in these 18 laps. And she already opens a very respectable lead. Lucas Calhoun had an engine failure, could not start. By lap number 6, she continues to hold the lead. The number 6 chasing her down. Lucia Harper in the number 79 going by. Jamal Schmidt in the fight. Rebecca Bellerin appearing up there. Very calm race by the looks of things. By lap number 9, this race just pushed through very quickly. as Samantha Mason leads the way. Rebecca Pellerin giving chase. Ruby Carson, I can see her appearing up there. Lucas Calhoun got into the track, but he's just running for the sake of running. And as he's getting lapped by the field, please don't screw this up. Please do not screw this up as we have trouble. McHenley stuck behind the 59. The other 59 is also stuck there. The 26, the 155 James Hewitt, everyone just got stuck behind Lucas Calhoun as they lap the number 05 of Steve Garrett Jr. 2. Here comes the number 27 Rebecca Pellerin, bullying Samantha Mason, Clint Jefferson, Julia Ashcroft with her. And I think that's trouble! Contact between TriHard and Jamal Schmidt as they're trying to manage through the 05, but it's just such a mess. Ruby Carson trying to make a move. This is for the transfer spot. She's running in 8th place. Israel Bruce. James Hewitt also there. Coming to the white flag. Here comes Julia Ashcroft on the inside of Samantha Mason. Here comes the 29 of Clint Jefferson in the battle. And rounding out the tri-oval is going to be Julia Ashcroft taking the win, a very easy win. Clint Jefferson, Rebecca Pellerin, Jamal Schmidt, Samantha Mason, Robert Burton, Lucia Harper, Ken Green in the 59F, and Matt Henley close the transferring cars. Tony Hart, Jordan Smalls, Ruby Carson, Paul Overton, Israel Bruce, and James Hewitt are going to have to go through the last chance qualifier. Leading the field in the third qualifying race is Adam Patterson on the 14. He has a good start, but not good enough. Look at the 15. H making a move. Kate Taylor in the 25 also up there in the fight, trying to make the move. We have a 3 wide for second place. Look at Casey Laster in the 13 making a move, trying to get ahead as the 95 of Rafaela Molina takes the lead. Kane Hughes in the 15H takes the lead. Rafaela Molina is running in second place. Battle for third is between Lexi Percy, Caitlin Richler, Casey Lester, Adam Patterson coming through. And look at that, the 990 of Shirley Yukonsby, that very unusual XM numbered car, is up there in the fight as well. And you have contact, Rafaela Molina into Riley McKee, up into the number 28 of Connie Brooks, and we have a crash involving the 990 of Shirley Yukonsby. She comes down and that almost ends very badly, and it's the first incident of this race at lap number 6 of 18. Molina is done, and then we have this incident. The 47, the 73, the 71 just barges through. The 71 just did not brake. Someone slowed down there, and that put Jimmy Frazier with damage, the 47 of Franklin Mackey with damage, and the 71 with damage. And the officials are going to look at the telemetry to see what the hell just happened as Adam Patterson leads the way with the number 08 of Alexis Women, Kate Taylor in the fight. Kaden Hughes, the number 7 of Ronald Samples in the fight there as well. The 02 of Caitlin Richler also in the fight, coming to the final lap. Alexis Women leading the way. Here comes the number 08 in the lead. White flags in the air, and this is a fight, this is a battle, and here they come into turn number 1. There's contact! Lexi Percy into the number 7 Ronald Samples, and it's a big crash. Casey Lester, Luke Bellerin, Kane Hughes, the 58 of Ashley Richardson involved as well. We go together with Casey Lester, nothing he could do. And the 16 of J.W. Cockburn almost got hit. And then Casey Lester gets hit by the number 58. Cogburn avoids the crash. His teammate Cole Winters also there avoiding the crash. Jimmy Frazier is gonna scoot by everybody. The rear end completely kicked up, but he's gonna stay in the freaking transfer spot, taking that freaky position in the end. Alexis Women takes the win. The 14 of Adam Patterson takes second. Kate Taylor third. Caitlin Richler, Riley McKee, Cole Winters, J.W. Cockburn and Jimmy Frazier closed the top 8. Dave Martin in the 71 would have qualified, but they checked the telemetry and he failed to brake. He was disqualified. His teammate Franklin Mackey takes the final transfer spot into the race. Luke Bellerin, Kane Hughes, Ronald Samples, Lexi Percy, Casey Lester, and Ashley Richardson, which were all involved in that crash, will make it into the last chance qualifier. The final qualifying race is with Bobby Savage on the pole position, and he has a good start, but we have a 3 wide, one of the Dodge cars already. They have been in every single qualifying race a threat for the win, and this time it is Jimmy Garcia in the number 2 car. Tom Ashcroft up there. We have contact. Lucy Barton into the back of Brett Finley. Lee Schmidt involved, and it's the first sign of trouble on the first lap of the race. Caution is out, and Jimmy Garcia has the lead and will lead the field to the green. After that happened, things got pretty very calm. And he got to have a little break because he takes the green flag and just leads the way with Jack Ashcroft following him in tow, but not really much of a threat. Hank Wheat Farmer Jr. Wheat Farmer right back there, and the 79 of Duncan Cobb also in the battle. But no one really putting up a threat to the number 2. The number 2 is just running away with it, leading the line. And as you see, it's just a conga line all the way through. And Duncan Cobb taking the second position. Garcia just running away with the lead. Bobby Savage, teammate to Brett Finley, who got eliminated from that crash with Lucy Barton. Lucy Barton also not having a good time trying to recover the positions and trying to get in outright, but that's going to be very hard to do. Rounding out the Trioval, just a very easy going race after the first contact. Jimmy Garcia takes the win. Duncan Cobb second, Thomas Ashcroft third, Hank Wheat Farmer Jr. fourth, Bobby Savage, Judah Ashcroft, Joey Torkson, Blake Chandler, and Ryan Faulkner closed the top 9. Lee Schmidt, Adam Patterson, Alessandro Nolan, Hibiki Murata, Lucy Barton, and Brett Finley will take the final positions in the last chance qualifier. Jack Donald, Dan Wright, Tegan Robertson, Cesar Leon, and Eduardo Leon just did not have a good race and will not take place in the last chance qualifier. Leading the field to the green in the last chance qualifier is Ollie Sandale Nolan. Lucy Barton's on his outside. This was a random draw qualifying. Kane Hughes started in third but already fell behind Adam Patterson. There's contact in the first lap. Adam Patterson in the wall. He goes around, but as this is on the back of the field, the race control did not give the caution. First turn, 12 laps. And we already have trouble in the back. Alex Costin, contact there, gets quickly, gets into the number 89. There's trouble, but they sort themselves out. No, they don't. They hit the wall with Kristen Young, and their race is already behind the 8 ball. This is only 12 laps, and people are already out of it. 4 wide battle. Kane Hughes, Lee Schmidt. I can see Tony Hart, Lucy Barton up there appearing at the front. Ollie Sandale Nolan trying to catch Lucy Barton. The 15 of Kane Hughes up there. And there you see the number 3, the number 7, Casey Lester making the move for the lead, trying to get it through. Lee Schmidt appearing up there as well. This has become a 6-7 car race, a very big battle on lap number 3. And there's contact, Lucy Barton around. Contact with the number 3, Lucy Barton around, and there goes her shot at making into the race outright. She's gonna depend on having a promoter's option if the promoter's option comes to her. It depends on who the promoter of the race chooses. Lee Schmidt running in second place. That contact with Lucy Barton really split the pack up. Ronald Samples, Alessandro Nolan appearing up there at the front. Lee Schmidt making the move on lap number 6. On the inside of the 13, is it gonna work? Casey Lester's gonna have a run off the turn number 2 into the back straightaway, but they're even. It's a very dead heat. Kane Hughes, Lexi Percy appearing in the back there. Brett Finley also. But Casey Lester is gonna come around, coming to turn number 3 and hold the lead. With only 5 laps to go, it's a battle, and they're all into the conga line again, just like the third qualifying race. They're just settling each other, trying to expect the attack. Kristen Young holds the field, coming to 2 laps to go. Here comes Lee Schmidt. Casey Lester and Lee Schmidt make the move first, but here comes Andrew Atwood and Ronald Samples in the battle. Casey Lester gets the run and is going to retain the lead again. Lee Schmidt hanging on by a thread to the second position with 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag, Lee Schmidt's gonna make the move. He's gonna make the move. Devil may cry. Lee Schmidt's gonna try to win this and he's gonna try to guarantee himself as fast as possible. Lexi Percy trying to make the move on Casey Lester. Is it gonna work? Lester will have a run on the outside and hangs on to the second position. And Lee Schmidt leads the way. Casey Lester chasing, trying to make a move of his own. Is it gonna work? Does not. Lexi Percy tries something on the outside, but it's not gonna work. Rounding, entering the tri-oval. Here comes Lee Schmidt with a gap over Lester, and the top 2 making into the race will be Casey Lester and Lee Schmidt at the line. A very hard battle, a very hard fight And those two will be the last drivers to race their way into the TriHard 500. Lexi Percy, Andrew Atwood, Ronald Samples, Ken Hughes, Brad Finley, James Hewitt and Israel Bruce, Tony Hart, Paul Overton, Hideki Murata close the top 12. And now, with the qualifying races done with, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the 2016 TriHard 500. In the last row, the promoters option entries Luke Bellerin and Lucy Barton squeak by with the final row of the starting grid. On row number 20, Lucas Calhoun and Franklin Mackey both barely squeaked through, as Tom Delgado and Jimmy Frazier starting in row 19. Delgado qualified through speed, Frazier through luck. Both did not have a good time trial day on Thursday. On row 18, Adam Patterson and Megan McDonald shared the row, as Thomas Tucker and Emily Potvin on row 17, two heavy hitters that you should pay attention for the race. On row 16, we have Mac Henley and Rebecca Bellerin, both again heavy hitters, as Joey Torkson squeaks through and Jamal Schmidt qualifies very strongly, both start in row 15. And Torkson needs to improve that performance in this race. He won 3 races this season. He can win a 4th one. Robert Burton and Clint Jefferson qualify on row 14. Matt Stern and Jack Ashcroft on row 13. Row 12 is Ben Atkins on the 580K, his only entry to go through, as Kay Taylor starts on row 12 for Lookstar Motorsports. Alexis Women on row 11 with Riley McKee. Row number 10 is Hank Jr., Wheat Farmer Jr., and Casey Laster, who made it through in the last chance qualifier, had a very good time trial day. Row 9 is Lee Schmidt and Thomas Ashcroft. Row 8 is Duncan Cobb and Caitlin Richler. Row 7 has Bobby Savage in the 51 and Caden Cameron in the number 7, Samantha Mason in the 6, Ryan Faulkner in the 88F. And now we're going to take a look at the first 5 rows in the TriHard 500. You're going to take a look at each car, as Scott Overton starts 10th outside of the row number 5. In 9th place begins the track for Blake Chandler, the driver for the Zactec number 03. Starting 8th outside row 4, Julia Ashcroft and Ashcroft Family Racing making her return to the series. On the inside of her is Lucia Harper, the only Shield car to qualify for the TriHard 500. Starting in 6th is Jimmy Garcia in the number 2 for Dodge Motorsports, with Clay Gibson for Clayson Enterprises in 5th, row number 3. Row number 2 has J.W. Cogburn in the Cloak and Dagger number 16. On his inside, his teammate, the number 24 for Cloak and Dagger, Cole Winters. A very good qualifying effort for both 16 and 24. In the outside of the front row is Kelly Ashcroft, the champion. She guaranteed the championship last weekend in Texas. And in the front row, in the inside, pole position is the flying Swede, Sten Gustafsson, with a fantastic qualifying effort on the time trial day. And as you take a look, the field is already revving up the speed for the start. As you check the track facts, it's a 117 lap race, 311 miles, 500 kilometers. The fuel window is around 27 to 30 laps. We have a very warm afternoon with somewhat strong winds and an overcast sky. We might have it clear up eventually. The pace car has peeled off. The drivers are eager to get started. Sten Gustafsson has control over the field, rounding out the tri-oval, and the green flag is out and the race is on. As you see, Jimmy Garcia already making a move from row number 3 down to the outside of the front row. Here comes Kelly Ashcroft and Garcia with a fantastic start early. Inside of turn number 1, Ashcroft leads. Garcia on the outside. Gustafsson couldn't even see the start, as we have already a 4 wide back there. J.W. Cogburn, Cole Winters, Lucia Harper, and I think that is one of the Ashcroft cars, as everybody slowly settles into the back straight away. Kelly Ashcroft leads the way. Jimmy Garcia attempting to make a move. Lucia Harper trying to make a move also. And here comes Kelly Ashcroft in the lead. And she has a gap over Garcia, as we're going to come to the conclusion of the first of 117 laps. This will be a test of endurance and a test of speed and a test of strength above all else. Lap number 2, you see Jimmy Garcia and Lucia Harper dueling for the second position, trying to see if they can pass Kelly Ashcroft. Kelly Ashcroft had a fantastic season, won only 2 races while Joey Thorson with a super rookie season won 3 already. Kelly Ashcroft won 2 races in the 17 race schedule, did a very good performance, was extremely consistent, and punched her ticket into the championship with 2 races to go at the Texas Motor Speedway. And there you see as Garcia takes the lead, Harper cycles up front on lap number 3, coming down to lap number 4. Here comes Ashcroft trying to make a move in the back of the field. You see Lucy Barton started on the outside of the last row, already worked her way to the 30th position, only 4 laps in. Rebecca Pellerin trying to work her way forward as well. She is in 28th place. Jamal Schmidt, who was her teammate for a while until the Luke Star Motorsports team broke off from the Ernest Lewis Racing team, they're running very well. Up front, you see Clay Gibson and Clayson Enterprises, let's say their last farewell to auto racing, running fairly strong. They're giving their last farewell to the North American Auto Club. Jimmy Garcia in the fight for the lead. You have this 6-7 car pack with J.W. Cogburn trying to have a look in there. Stan Gustafson falling behind as Samantha Mason, look at her move, 3 wide for the lead on lap number 10. And there goes Sam Mason with the lead. Lucia Harper chasing as problems for Clint Jefferson. He was in 30th place, not having a good afternoon at all. He goes to the pits on lap number 10, tire going down in the 29 machine. That 29 car entered the weekend unsponsored, made it into the race, and that's just been a bad weekend. Samantha Mason opened the gap over the rest of the field. Lucia Harper! That's why Samantha Mason opened the gap on the field. The engine blows up on the number 79, smoke pouring out. Shield Motorsports' greatest day turned into a nightmare. A dream becomes a nightmare as Go enters. Also popping up smoke, done for the afternoon. The yellow flag is out because both of those teams threw oil all over the track. And the 24 to 79 are the first 2 casualties in this 117 lap race. Restart, we get on lap 17, a very quick caution. Ryan Faulkner also went to the pits early, fell a lap down. Green flags in the air, and Stan Gustafson cycled back into the lead after the pits, after a quick round of pit stops, which means we're gonna have the pit stops around lap 50, 55, something around that. Gustafson leads the way, has a good start as Clint Jefferson and Ryan Faulkner, despite the tire rub, are keeping up the pace. One would think they would just fall behind, but this does not seem to be the case. The Hellcat 6 and the Mopar 2 fighting with the 97, the 29, trying to get that edge. Samantha Mason on the inside of the number 97 of Stan Gustafson having a look. Is that going to be enough? Does not look like it will. But there goes Jimmy Garcia on lap number 20, cycling ahead. And here he goes. He has a run. He has a run. Talladega with these cars is a very hard track to master because sometimes you're going to have to take the foot off, and that's not going to quite work. You're going to lose time. You're going to gain time. As you see the Super B, the number 5, the number 6 of Samantha Mason appearing up there. It's a fight. It's a battle because everybody's cycling through so fast. We can't just keep track of every single move. But you're seeing everyone slowly settling down. You see some guys appearing back there. For example, the Tom Ashcroft in the 299. You have Joey Torgson appearing up there as well. Samantha Mason on lap number 28 takes the lead and leads the way with Jimmy Garcia right behind. Garcia makes a move of his own as they're trying to go through the 29 of Clint Jefferson. Lap 31, you go together with Stan Gustafson. He's trying to have a look. Is that going to be enough? Looks like it won't. We need to remember too, we're gonna have a new body style next season, not very too dissimilar of this one, but it's not gonna have the cow appear over the hood, as Lucas Calhoun simply just 20 miles slower than the rest of the field, coming to be lapped by the field on lap number 36. He just did not, he straight up is not having a good time. Look at Clint Jefferson! Clint Jefferson, for lack of a better term, jebaited the number 2, made a move on the inside, gave him a false sense of security and screwed him over. Caitlin Richler for HQS Racing blows up. Her day's over. Stan Gustafson, the first taker in the pits on lap number 40. Here comes the rest of the field. Jimmy Garcia leads the pack. And we have trouble in the back. Following Scott Overton, the drone cam hits Casey Lester.
And that's trouble on the pit cycle. Casey last Thursday, a dream that also becomes a nightmare. Duncan Cobb finds himself in the lead as he's making a way longer cycle. Sten Gustafsson merges back in the scoring. He's 33rd, but he can catch a few positions back up as Duncan Cobb and the rest of the field pits. And as you see the field coming by, the number 5 now is going to take the lead. Alexis Women second. Joey Torkson, where did the 0 come from in that pit cycle? Fantastic stop for the 0 team. Caden Cameron now leading the way with Alexis Women right behind her. Joey Torkson behind Clint Jackson is third in the running order. Look at him go! Look at the man go! That's a fight, and we have a duel. We have the 43 of Lee Schmidt too appearing up there, working his way forward. It's a war as we enter lap number 51. We are approaching the halfway point. Lap 60, and look at Torkson making a move. It's his attempt. Let's see if it sticks. Looks like it will. It won't. Duncan Cobb cycles into the lead 4 laps later on lap number 64. And we are approaching the halfway point very, very quickly. Lap 68, halfway point. 2 takers to the pits. 5 of Caden Cameron, 199 of Julia Ashcroft, 580k of Ben Atkins. They are all into the pits. Ben Atkins working his way to 13th place. Tom Delgado, the other PCC Cup Series driver. Of course, some PCC Cup Series drivers attempting to win this race to get that free Cleveland Grand Prix spot. Doesn't seem to be working. As I get a notification, Alexis Women is pitting. Duncan Cobb is appearing in the lead as he cycles back out on lap number 70. We only have around 50 laps to go. And as you're going to see, he pitted on lap number 70. And Joey Torkson on him. The race off pit road. Kelly Ashcroft coming out and contact! Contact! Torkson goes by as Kelly Ashcroft and Duncan Cobb suffer with it as they pitted. Joey Torkson's gonna come out in the lead. Riley McKee pits. Julia Ashcroft. Ew! Whoa! Out of fuel! Out of fuel! Look at the trouble. Julia Ashcroft tried to cycle into lap 72 but ran out of fuel coming to turn number 4. Almost wiped out Cobb and Torkson. Riley McKee did a late pitting. Is that gonna work? Is that strategy gonna pay off? He is in the lead. As you see, Jamal Schmidt, Alexis Women go by. Joey Torkson goes by. It seems to have worked. He gained ground. Jamal Schmidt running in second place. Joey Torkson all over him with Kelly Ashcroft and Alexis Women coming through. That's your top 4 with Caden Cameron in 5th place and 6th place being Riley McKee. Bobby Savage. Here's the catch. Savage is in a different cycle, so he appears in the lead, but he's gonna have to pit soon. So he is not your leader right now. His strategy is different, so he's gonna stick around and then he's gonna fall behind. As you see, he's falling behind already. Lucy Barton catching. You can see already lost the back. He's trying to save some fuel. Ben Atkins appearing in the top 10, but most remarkable is Lucy Barton popping into the top 10 when she started in last. So there's a chance Lucy Barton wins this, and we have trouble! Trouble! Duncan Cobb, Julia Ashcroft, Emily Potvin into the wall. Lap 74, trouble, and the race is over for Duncan Cobb. His chance at glory is all over. It is all over. They made contact in the inside of turn number 1 and all careened into the wall. Jamal Schmidt now finds himself in the lead. We did not have a caution. And Bobby Savage is gonna pay hard for that. As he goes into the pits from 8th place, his challenge now comes to an end. A bitter end for Bobby Savage, who was working his way forward on strategy. The strategy does not pay off. Joey Torkson running up there in the fight for the win. We have a gaggle of lap cars. You can see the 13, the 48, the 59. Jimmy Frazier, they had to repair that car overnight for the time trials. The car is just not good for the race. He's the only driver of Lamar's Divorce Racing team to survive the qualifiers, and he survived with a lot of damage. It's a Pyrrhic victory to even get into this race. Blake Chandler appearing up there. Remember, we had that controversy with the motorsports team and Zach Tech. That whole controversy. What if Zach Tech qualifies into the Cleveland Grand Prix, winning the TriHard 500? Oh, trouble! Jimmy Garcia blows up! Blows up on lap 91, there's contact! Clint Jefferson, Lee Schmidt, and you see Thomas Tucker, it's trouble! Trouble, 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 look, Bellerin! Hits the number 2, it's a caution! With only 27, 26 laps to go, very late into the running. And it's just unfortunate because Jimmy Garcia blew up, Lee Schmidt tried to avoid, ended up hitting the pole position, Stan Gustafsson. Gustafsson's run had not been good for the last few laps, but now it just comes to a bitter end. Look, Bellerin was just bringing the car home and it fails. And we now have a series of fake pits. Alexis Women fix it on the first lap of caution. Most people come in. Joey Torgson's gonna try to get that fuel in on lap number 92. And then the following lap, Riley McKee also fake pits. Stan Gustafsson and Luke Bellerin and Lee Schmidt all stay out because, well, if they pit, they pit. But they come in approaching lap number 94, which means Riley McKee stayed out all laps. This is a risky strategy. What if he pits coming to the green? What if he doesn't pit? Bobby Savage, his strategy just failed and he's now in 36th place. He was lapped in the meantime, and then his tire blew and he went to the pits and lost even more time. Riley McKee trying to save something, but we don't know if it's gonna work. Lucy Barton does not have a good start. Look at Torgson on the outside with Kelly Ashcroft, with a push from Kelly Ashcroft. 20 laps to go. Torgson for the lead, and we have a 4 wide. Bobby Savage, Robert Burton, the 22 of Riley McKee, Kelly Ashcroft, the Zach Taco 3. It's a battle, it's a fight. Ben Atkins is up there. It's a war that we are seeing here at Talladega. Joey Torgson won 3 races in a part-time season. Got some small stickers in sponsorship, but has been a very difficult year for Torgson in that family-owned car. And it has just been a bad year for him in terms of funding. The wins have not translated into funding, but winning the TriHard 500 and making it the Cleveland Grand Prix might save that team, might save that family team, and might justify them contesting next season. If this small family team in the number 0 car, that distinctive black and red 0 car, wins this race, imagine the headlines all over the country as he punches his ticket into the Super Bowl racing, into the big mess that is the Cleveland Grand Prix. Lucy Barton finding herself in 2nd place. Imagine the headlines if she wins, becomes the 2nd woman to win the TriHard 500. The only other woman is Julia Ashcroft, and she's also up in track. However, she's out of the running. Ben Atkins trying to punch his ticket into the Cleveland Grand Prix. It's a battle, it's a fight, it's a war. As we come to lap number 100, you have Zach Tack, Ben Atkins, Riley McKee peels off. The strategy did not pay off. He is out of it. Tried to pull a Bobby Savage, and just like Bobby Savage, it fails. Joey Torgson appearing up there as you see Bobby Savage and Scott Overton just being a barrier between Torgson and the field, as Blake Chandler catching up to Duncan Cobb. Cobb's still running, but just a couple of laps down, just straight up not having a good time. Blake Chandler trying to make it into let's say a position where he can draft Joey Torgson and get a run, but it has been so hard. It has been so difficult to catch Joey Torgson with the lap cars. But look at Scott Overton and Bobby Savage, they get a run. Look at Lucy Barton, she is catching, and we only have 10 laps to go here at Talladega. Lap 108 of 117. It's a war, it is a battle. And here comes the 98, the 51 catching the old 3, Blake Chandler on the inside. Is it gonna work? Will he be able to use Bobby Savage as a pick to go through? As Bobby Savage is between him and Joey Torgson. Savage moves, Chandler has a run, or Chandler could move and create a run by himself. Does not look like it will work, and he is gonna be all over the bumper of Torgson as we enter the late stages of this 117 lap race, this 500 kilometer race. Look at Chandler. Chandler on the inside making a move. It's not gonna work. Torgson shuts the down. Torgson shuts him down. You see the lap car Ryan Faulkner with Lucy Barton pushing him, and here comes Torgson lapping the numbers 51 and 32 with only 7 laps to go. Lap 111, and we are coming to the late stage, and this is gonna be the dance. This is gonna be the decider. As you see Caden Cameron appearing up there, Thomas Tucker as well. Chandler hanging on to that 2nd position. Lucy Barton peeling off into the outside She's trying to make a line on the outside, but it's just not been working. And look at Chandler trying to make a move. Thorkson having to block both lines. It fails. Here comes Chandler on the inside. Is it gonna work? The Clockwork Racing Expert's car might have a run. And he gets the run, he gets the lead. He gets the lead. Caden Cameron pushing him. Thorkson in the fight. Lucy Barton up there. This is anybody's race at this point. 5 laps to go. 113 of 117. Here comes Thorkson on the outside, getting a run on Lucy Barton. The pack is completely misshapen at this point. Ryan Faulkner, Bobby Savage make a 3 wide. Blake Chandler now stuck on the outside. Faulkner tries to make a move on the inside. Chandler shuts him down, shuts the line down, and he's trying to hang on to it. We're gonna come to 4 laps to go, and Chandler's still hanging on. Chandler's still fighting. Chandler's still putting up an effort. What if Blake Chandler wins? But here comes Troy Thorkson on the outside on lap number 115, and he makes the move, gets a fantastic run, and holds the lead. 3 laps to go, and Chandler still trying to make a move. Bobby Savage holding down the inside line. Lucy Barton trying to make a move as well. Caden Cameron up there. It's a battle because Ben Atkins is also up there. And coming to 2 laps to go. Is that gonna be enough? Doesn't look like it will, as Thorkson opens a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a working space between him and Chandler, but that working space is shut down as we enter 2 laps to go. The 98, the 0, and the 3 are fighting, coming to the final lap. I am losing my voice completely right now. This is an insane fight for the win. Thorkson hanging on the inside, coming to turn number 3. We only have 1 1/4 laps to go as Joey Thorkson rounds out the final corner to open the final lap. He has a gap. He has a working space between him and Blake Chandler. Wide flag is in the air, and it's the final lap of the race. Thorkson hanging on to it. Bobby Savage shuts the inside line down, and Thorkson has a gap. Thorkson hanging on for dear life. That unsponsored car, that car that stayed blank for most of the season. The few stickers he has on the side, he gained them for this weekend. He won 2 races, won 3 races this season. Locked Rookie of the Year, has been called the Super Rookie, but that team is in dire straits. They need to finish this race. They need to win this, to punch a ticket into the Cleveland Grand Prix, to have a chance at the dance. And here they come, rounding out turn number 4. Thorkson still needs to go through the tri-oval. Remember, the finish line is past the pit lanes. There's still a dash for the finish, and Joey Thorkson's gonna pull off a miracle here in Talladega. Rounding out the tri-oval, Thorkson wins the TriHard 500. A spectacular finish, and Joey Thorkson takes it all. A spectacular finish for an spectacular season. Thorkson wins the race. Blake Chandler finishes in 2nd. Caden Cameron takes 3rd. Lucy Barton takes the 4th place after starting in last. Would you believe that? Thomas Tucker finishes in 5th place, and a very good result for Thomas Tucker in the Ashcroft number 9. Hank Jr. Wheat Farmer in the 70 in 6th place. He was the top PCC Cup Series driver in the TriHard 500. Kelly Ashcroft, and then you have Ben Atkins in 8th place. Jack Ashcroft 9th. Adam Patterson, Rebecca Pellerin, Clay Gibson finish in the top 12. Then you have the 2nd page of the final results. Jamal Schmidt, Samantha Mason, Mac Hanley, Matt Stern, McDonald and Schmidt 17th and 18th. Thomas Tucker and J.W. Cogburn, after a very difficult race, closes the top 10. Julia Ashcroft 21st. Stan Gustafson started on the pole but got wiped out very late into the running. Finishes in 22 in the 22nd position. Robert Burton 23rd. Ryan Faulkner 24th. And then you have the lapped cars, which were Duncan Cobb, Clint Jefferson, Alexis Women, Riley McKee, and Jimmy Frazier finished 1 lap down each. Lucas Calhoun and Kate Taylor 30th and 31st, 2 laps down. Casey Lester with a lot of damage after that pit road collision, 6 laps down. He decided to just keep running and just bring whatever he could home. And same with Bobby Savage. After failing in the pit stop strategy, his tire blew and he lost even more laps to be the last finishing car. 33rd place, 8 laps down. Tom Delgado blew up late into the running with only 5 laps to go. Luke Pellerin, not 5 laps to go, 10 laps to go. Luke Pellerin got wiped out in that final crash with Jimmy Garcia Emily Potvin got involved in that crash that did not bring out a caution. Scott Overton blew up, Caitlin Richler blew up, Franklin Mackey just parked. Lucia Harper and Cole Winters were the final casualties in this 42 car race. And with this, we end the 2016 North American Auto Club GripAll Challenge Series season, and we wait you to join us for the 2017 one, which will be a fantastic season, I am sure of it. See you next time around.